Hi everybody, welcome back to Freakin' Jeep and Toys Garage. Today my plans changed a little bit. I was supposed to be making some more boat engine assembly video, but on the way home last night, truck started, I noticed it was getting a little bit worse on gas mileage, which, it's a Jeep, you never know really, right? Just empty every pocket. Anyway, I got home and I got out of the truck and I let it idle and it was making a f sound, so that means we got a miss. First off, I'm going to start with starting the truck and we're going to start unplugging coils. You'll hear the engine change or it'll start to shake more. That means those are good cylinders, they're firing. When you get one that you unplug and it does nothing, that's a pretty good indication that's your bad cylinder, whether it's, it could be a bad fuel injector, bad spark plug, bad coil. Yeah, so it's possible maybe we use bit of rocker or something else. Hopefully it's just a bad spark plug or bad coil. So let's You can see the engine's got a little shake to it. Maybe not. I can see it though. There, going into a shake there. See that change. That one's good. That one's good. No change here. Number one is dead. So, since number one is dead, I am going to pull the intake off and pull the coil out. I'll come back to it after I got that. I know not everybody has spare coils, but I do, so I'm just going to try coil first. See if that fixes it. If it doesn't, well, we can keep going. Oh, sounds a little deeper than a coil. I know you guys can't see down the hole. Guess what? I can't either. Not anymore. Not since I went to 6 inches of lift in these 285s. This truck is pretty tall now. Later on, probably this year sometime, we'll be rebuilding a 4.7. Going to hop it up a little bit. This one is pretty tired. It's burning a little bit of oil. Well, it's got an antifreeze leak here somewhere. I think it's the water pump. The gasket around the water pump is leaking. Well, I think we found our problem. There used to be one of them E3 spark plugs. Not looking so good. Let's dig around in the box and see if we got an old used one we can stick in there for now while we go get a replacement. There we go. Digging in my toolbox, I try to save a couple extra. This is a Bosch Platinum 4, previously out of one of the Jeeps. Should be good enough. It'll definitely spark, that's for sure. Here, let's give that a try once. Still feels a little bit rough, but let's see what, digging a little deeper. We'll take compression test just to make sure. Okay. Screw this in there. Put this on here. I'd say watch a gauge, but I can't get it in place. About 75, a little bit on the low side, but not enough to cause a miss, so. Next might be fuel injector. I don't know, I guess we'll dig into it. Alright, we're going to try a Noid light here on the fuel injector, make sure it's sparking. I saw it sparked, or blinked, did you? Next we'll try to get down to these fuel injectors. In order to lift the fuel rail up, I gotta get these coils out of the way. I'm going to right in here, a couple of bolts, looks like 8. Alright, got that out. Wiggle, wiggle, lift a little bit. It pops up. Alright, got that out. Wiggle, wiggle, lift a little bit. It pops up. That's one side. Now we'll move over to the hard. Okay, it's pretty obvious why I call this the hard side, because, well, there's a lot of stuff in the way. Oops. Drop the nut. Go fish. Got it. You ever have that sensation that you're falling? I caught you. Your wires might be routed a little different or might be situated a little different. I've had heads off of this engine. So what I'm trying to say is I may not have put the wires exactly where the factory put them. This used to be easier before I went up to 6 inches of lift. Good thing I'm tall. Now the hard one. Number 8. Stuck back there a ways. It can be done. All right. Now the home stretch here. I can get these injectors off, injector plugs off. Those are out of the way. What do I got here? Oh, ground strap. I think we'll have to get that out of the way too. It always helps to put anti-seize on these when you put them in, when they go into the aluminum. Okay. Loose. Now all we got to do is get that fuel line off over on the other side here. Let me grab that tool. Since we were running this, I know that there's going to be some fuel pressure here. I'm going to put a rag over it. Just so it doesn't spray all over the place. Now we can lift this and slide it out. If my wire harness here will stay out of the way. There we go. Okay, we're at the bench here. I'm going to pop these little E-clips off on the sides here. See these? All you do is push them off. Take the new injector, snap them on. Wiggle it just a little bit. A little wiggle, jiggle, and pull, and it's out. Make sure you pull the O-ring out. Take the one that we just had, and a little grease. I think some people use Vaseline. That'll work too. Petroleum jelly. Just a little bit of grease on there helps them slide in. Locked it in. Here, click. It's in there. Not going to come out. Not that it would come out anyway, because there's hold-on bolts. But there's a reason they put that on there, so safety first, right? Work it around in circles, walk it out. A little bit of grease on the O-ring. Snap the clip in. Gotta be careful, you don't want to cut the O-ring. Cut a top O-ring, it's going to spray fuel all over the place. If you cut a lower one, you're going to have a vacuum leak. See if we can get you in a little closer here. work it around a little bit in a circle so that the O-ring goes in even. You'll likely have a little trouble getting them O-rings, or getting the old injectors out. They are not easy. Those O-rings, they kind of bake in there. You know, this is always hot by the engine. O-rings, they bake in the hole and they get stiff, or they glue themselves to the side. They don't always come out very well. One thing you can do with these things, if you want to check your fuel injectors to see how they spray, you could lift this up above the engine and give it a crank over and see how they spray. Make sure all 8 of them are spraying. You'll probably need someone to help you with that. I've got an extra set of fuel injectors, so I'm just going to change them. These are just regular 4-hole, 5-liter Mustang spark plugs. These are just regular 5-liter V8 Ford fuel injectors. Nothing special. They have about the right flow rate. Alright, we're all changed. We'll move back over to the truck and put this all back together. Alright, let's put this thing back together. Make sure you grease up all the O-rings so they slide in. I'll give you guys a little tip. When you take the fuel rail out, if you got a battery brush, they got an inside part pointed, outside brush part. Use that to clean up all the injector holes. Blow it out a little bit with some compressed air. It'll help the O-ring slide in a little better. Okay, now let's put this thing in. Let's get it done. Line them all up. Wiggle, 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 jiggle. Push down. They slide right in. Do this side here now. Wiggle, wiggle, jiggle, jiggle. They're all slid in.